Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. Master, one should keep pictures of holy men in one's room that constantly quickens divine ideas. See, one of the part of sadhana, yama, niyama, are the first two steps in yoga. Yama is self-control. Everywhere, the whole being is rushing towards the world. Mind is rushing, senses are rushing towards the world. Body, everything. And we are going to meet somewhere, it's going to crash down. So, if you want evolution, if you want to go towards the divine, then you have to pass through, you have to restrain and divert the whole thing in a different way. Now this part, sanyama, the self-control everywhere, there the how we are going to control. It's like water is flowing, I am going to build a dam to stop it and divert the whole to the, instead of going into the ocean and flowing away and becoming salt water. Let it turn into my fields. Let me grow up my crops. So, yama is controlling. Niyama is diversion. In niyama, we have shaucha, santosha, tapas, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. Now, tapasvadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana. Shaucha, purity in every respect, Shaucha. And then, one by one, we slowly, the Shaucha pertains to body-mind complex. Santosha is what is pertaining to the heart. To be joyful and happy always, irrespective of the external situation, irrespective of the body condition, irrespective of the people around. I am always happy within. This is santosha. Shaucha is my body is clean, my mind is clean, my surroundings are clean. Shaucha, santosha. Tapa, whole control of mind and senses. Tapa is, you see, like iron. I want to bend it. I have to heat it. Heating of mind and senses, ego, to bend them is the tapas. Through tapas, we mistake often tapas with the mortification of body or torturing the mind, nothing. Tapas is just shift of awareness. I am shifting. Now, mind wants to go there. Now, I give a new perspective and new meaning. Then, do you want it? I show the consequences. It wants to run into the world to enjoy. I will tell the, yes, the enjoyments are there, so nice. Yes, but can you see from the other perspective? It is going to bind you. It is going to make you, it's a slave. You want to be slave. You want to be bound there whole life. Now you see, divert your attention. You see now various ways try to make you the different meaning, different way of seeing, so that it retires from which is going to be a danger, which is going to be entanglement. Release it and move. This is tapas. And same thing is diverted towards through the senses and mind, heart, intellect are running towards the world to bring them back and turn it to the divine. Same like yama and niyama. But in tapas, I am going to take a practical steps. Now I want to read, and it is pragmatic. It is absolute practical application. Now I want to see television. Now I avoid. I say no. This few minutes I get, or half an hour I am going to see the TV. Instead of that, let me read Bhagavad Gita. One tapas. I want to eat ice cream. So it doesn't matter. What is there? It remains for one moment on the tongue. Once it goes inside, there is no more. Why do you, in nourishing food that's going to give you strength, energy, it is just for pleasure you are eating. Eat this, eat that. Now it is one tapas. In Swadhyaya, self-analysis is there and studies. Here when we come, Thakur is telling, if you meet the sadhus, if you keep the picture of holy man in the room, that constantly quickens divine ideas. Now in studies, I am going to study the book. But it is again an information coming into my mind through the book. Ideas of the writer is going to enter my... It's information, indirect information is coming from the outer sources. If I keep a picture of a sadhu and with calm mind, just be yourself. No likes and dislikes. Just looking at him with a calm mind. Some moments of life when you see, with all stresses and strain of the world, when you see, an intuitive knowledge comes. That's what happened to Buddha. Buddha had never gone out. He was so much saved from all external contacts that he would never know what is suffering. But he had to go one day. And the day had come. And as he went, he saw a dead body, then a sick man, a old man. Then he saw a sadhu sitting under a tree without any possession, with a small loin cloth and under a tree in the shade. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have wrapper. He doesn't have pillows and bed. He doesn't have food around. But his face is shining with ananda, bliss. His heart is shining with love. And when he sees the Buddha, he gets inspired. All this suffering, mankind, and he is same person, human, he is enjoying bliss. All this work with family, possessions and all. He does neither has family nor possessions. Lonely being in this world. Somewhere he procures his food, either from the forest trees or from the roots or begging a few houses. But look at the freedom, look at the joy, look at his eyes shining with bliss. So how it inspires him. Oh, so many people suffering, some person sitting joyfully. What is the difference? Why this suffering? He wants to find out the reason why these people are suffering. I want to put an end to the suffering of mankind. So he goes, renounces the world and walks out. So divine thoughts, divine feelings, divine understanding comes that you may not run away, you may not go away, but you will know how to live in this world. Buddha went with a purpose, for his life was meant for others. But ordinary householder with normal living, he may not have to renounce. If he renounces, it is good, but it is not essential. He can live in the family. He will get the intuitive power how to live in the world. He looks at the sadhus. Can I live in the same way with the family and friends, with my duties and responsibilities? An unknown understanding comes. Yes, the same way how he is living without attachments. I will live without attachments. Just like he is worshipping, he is singing the glories and of God. Like that, I will do all the duties of life with great love and sacrifice, without seeking anything in return. So goes his day. Oh, I can live I am a Gupta sadhu. I put on the dress of a householder living, but inside me is pure, because it is unattached. I am doing all these duties, looking after the children, family, earning, everything. This is my worship unto God. Every moment he is conscious of God. He is attached to God and detached to the world. Bhagavani Anurag, Jagate Virag. How that one picture keeping, each person gets his own understanding. This is what Sri Ramakrishna says. One should keep pictures of holy men in one's room. That constantly quickens divine ideas. Banerjee, I have your picture in my room. Also the picture of sadhu living in the mountains, glowing on a piece of lighted charcoal in a bowl of hemp. They love the sadhus. Some of the sadhus of Shaivite types, they here and there we see just smoking hemp. Master, it is true that once spiritual feelings are awakened, by looking at the picture of a sadhu. It's like being reminded of a custard apple by looking at it, an imitation one, or like stimulating the desire for enjoyment by looking at a young woman. Therefore, I tell you, you should constantly live in the company of holy men. Environment makes us, chisels us. If we are in bad company, we will knowingly, unknowingly, with all resistance, we will acquire that qualities. If you are in good company, you will acquire the same quantities, the same qualities, same nature, same way of talking, moving. To Banerjee, you know very well the suffering of the world. Constantly we see. Nobody is happy. Everybody is weeping within his sleeves, showing a smiling face. They move about, but they don't get even a single shoulder to unburden their heart. They are weeping silently within their arms. Whom to tell? Who is there to give solace? Who is there to listen? Even after listening, what can they do? So that you know very well the suffering of the world. You suffer whenever you accept enjoyment. The moment you touch enjoyment, it looks like enjoyment. It is Gomukha Vyagra. All enjoyments are just bait to catch you, arrest you, and imprison you. We don't understand in the beginning. To come back, to come out is very difficult or impossible. Every enjoyment, the moment you hold it, it has caught hold of you. Very difficult to release. And constant suffering it is giving. And it looks as if I am enjoying. Even when he is enjoying, it is giving him pain without his knowledge. Because bondage and suffering, it's opposite and reverse of the same coin. It looks like enjoyment. On the other side of it is the pain, suffering and bondage. They go together. Whether you accept, you suffer whenever you accept enjoyment. As long as the kite kept the fish in its beak, it was tormented by flock of crows. The kite bird, it was carrying a fish in its mouth. Hundreds of crows are running behind. Wherever it goes, they are chasing. Last, the fish fell down. All the crows ran behind the fish and it found the peacefully it sat on the tree. That is because we are running with desires here and there, sufferings are following. Once it is dropped off, you are free. All enjoyments do not create bondage and suffering. Some are divine, some are sacred, some are holy. All this gives you real happiness, real joy. The other side, bodily enjoyments, pleasures, comforts, luxuries, all these associate with body and in a wrong way of the mind. Now I listen to a music which is going to awaken my spiritual consciousness. I am going to listen another song, music, which is going to excite my senses. How much of difference? I am listening only. This is also listening, that's also listening. I am enjoying. Here I am enjoying to move towards divine. There I am enjoying to be bound and enter into suffering. So, all enjoyments, the enjoyments that is of the worldly nature will bind. Of the enjoyments which is of divine nature will release. Enjoyment when we see the world, man in the world and worldly man are different. When we say people in the world, then it doesn't mean they are worldly people. Worldly people are those who are attached to enjoyments and possessions. Man in the world, a saint is also there. All people are there, good, bad, right, wrong. All people are there. All are living in the world. If boat is in the water, no problem. If water comes inside the boat, then the problem comes. If the world is inside them and seeking enjoyments, then is worldly man. Man in the world he can be good, he can be bad, anything. Man in the world and worldly man, we should not mistake. Therefore, I tell you that you should constantly live in the company of holy men. One finds peace of mind in the company of holy men. One finds peace of mind in the company of holy men. The alligator remains under the water for a long time, but every now and then it rises to surface and breathes with deep wheezing noise. Then it gives a sigh of relief. Crocodile, alligator, actor. Revered Sir, what you have just said about the enjoyment is very true. One ultimately courts disaster if one prays to God for enjoyment. Various desires come to mind, and by no means all of them are good. God is Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree. A man gets whatever he asks for. Suppose it comes to his mind, God is Kalpataru, well, let me see if a tiger will appear before me. Because he thinks of the tiger, it really appears and devours him. God is Kalpataru, wish-fulfilling tree. If you wish anything, good or bad, see, even sometimes people, they want to harm others. When doing japa also, this the mala we take here and do on this. With thumb, we pull the mala on the middle finger. This is for realizing God, pleasing God, calling upon God. This is for realization of God. The kings do the same type of japa when they go to the war or for when there is a danger from the enemies. Then they will do on the forefinger. This is for protection and suppressing the enemies. Then on this ring finger they do. This is meant for acquiring wealth and property and things like that. Possessions. Then some do on the little finger. This is for destruction of others. The various different mantras they use for different purposes also. But how that I have to destroy them? We don't know whether fault is there or not. It may not be out of jealousy, out of hatred. You see Pandavas and Kauravas fighting. War, great war, Mahabharata war takes place. So there we see, because of dislike and hatred, jealousy, matsarya, it's going on. They want to destroy for no reason. It's against dharma. but they do, you see. All this, what we call black magic and all, are intended for that. It is done on the little finger. People are there, such people are there who wants to get rid of others, harm others. Somebody, wealthy man is there, they are not able to tolerate it. Or they want to destroy and take away his properties. Like that. So, his wish fulfilling. Japa is going to give you the fruit, it is wish fulfilling. But what is your aim of doing it? A man gets whatever he asks for, but the thought comes that I must destroy others. Immediately he's already in the clutches of nature, which is going to destroy him. It is thought of destruction of others comes just before his own destruction. It is beginning of one's own destruction. So usually we see this kind of happening. The day we think of destroying others, our destruction has begun. Even in kingly families, kings also, the day he thinks of destroying or conquering other for no reason, his end has come. Master, yes, you must remember that tiger comes. What more shall I tell you? Keep your mind on God. Do not forget Him. God will certainly reveal Himself to you. If you pray to Him with sincerity, how Sri Ramakrishna is assuring, and with love and compassion is telling, keep your mind on God. He will reveal Himself to you. Another thing, sing the names of God at the end of each performance. Is an actor. Then the actors, the singers, and the audience will go home with the thought of God in their minds. How vast and broad thinking, you see. The giver also must be benefited. The seer also must be benefited. The receiver also must be benefited. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.